how's it going? Please make sure you use the closed captionings instead of volume. And if you guys don't use that, you can also just read the description. I don't know how well closed captioning is going to capture my voice. Anyways, I just want to talk about my current situation. As some of you guys know, I'm wearing earmuffs now because talking was actually kind of uncomfortable last time, so earmuffs just make my voice a lot quieter. Earplugs, if you guys noticed, actually just makes your voice louder, which is funny. It makes the environment quieter, but it makes your voice louder. So if you guys know any earplugs that doesn't make your voice louder, please let me know. The reason I'm in a little bit of a setback right now, I guess you couldn't say setback, I guess I'm just kind of in a speed bump, is because I didn't know the extent of my situation. You see, when I first got my injury, my symptoms weren't too bad, and I thought maybe I could still recover in fairly kosher environments such as the coffee shop or the store or just light family gatherings. And as I continued to do this, I noticed that my tolerance would decrease to the point where even holding a conversation was uncomfortable. And I didn't know this. I didn't know what I could and couldn't recover in. And since my symptoms weren't that bad, I thought maybe I could just recover in fairly normal sounding environments, staying away from music, video games, live video games, but no, my ears were still deteriorating. Now it got to the point where it was so bad that I actually ended up just taking more time away from work. I would just completely quit work, but I'm currently on a lease right now, and it's my only tie to insurance. I know you can do Medicaid, but I have a pretty good system right now, and I got supportive doctors, and I don't want to lose that. So I'm holding on to my source of income for as long as I can, and it just helps me buy and provide stuff that helps me in my environment, even though my work environment is also just kind of just making it worse. Luckily, though, I am taking advantage of the disability forms that employers should provide anyone who's working. If you're working with any kind of job, it's a disability form that basically requires your employer to provide accommodations for you based on your needs. So for me, with my ear issue, they put me on graveyard, which is a lot more quieter. And if that doesn't work, then I'll obviously just leave, right? But I'm on leave for about 5 days. And during this time, I actually made my house look like a psychopath's house. You guys ever seen Saul Goodman? Chuck McGill's house, where he was protecting himself from all the electromagnetic fields. That's kind of how I feel right now, because I put a bunch of these foam things under my door to make it quieter. And I also bought like these foam things you can stick on the walls to kind of block out noise. And I bought these covers for the window because a lot of the sound would come through those windows, since I live right next to the freeway, and there's a person with a dog who lives directly underneath me, so right, recipe for disaster. Anyways, during this time I'm gonna be kind of just focusing on silence and recovery, and then once I get back to work, I'm gonna wear earplugs on graveyard. And if that doesn't work, then I'll just take leave and just kind of move back in with my parents, which obviously nobody wants to do, because you want to be independent, and it's a prideful thing, at least for me. Everyone wants to be independent. So anyways, I know how hard it is having this strange symptom, and how hard it is when you're kind of just alone Nobody kind of understands. So I hope these videos kind of help. Anyways, I will keep you guys updated. Take care.